Alright, so I made a new pin and we're going to rename this week 03T for Tuesday. Save that, and I'm going to go to my settings. Whoa. And under CSS, I'm going to search for Bootstrap. And Twitter Bootstrap is the one I want. It should be 4.1.2. And you can see it, CDN is there in the URL. I can close it. Now I've got Bootstrap loaded into this pin. Now, first thing we're going to do is show you the jumbotron. Now remember, in Bootstrap, if I have a div with a class of container, and I have a h1 in there, let's say, h3, and let's bring back our code from yesterday, or the show me class. So period show me, and we're just going to give it a border, 1 pix solid. And gray. What's happening here? What? Oh. Don't put it in JS, put it in your CSS. Idiot. Okay. Anyway, so now I've created the show me class, and then I'm going to add it to my class designation for this div right here. And I just make a space and then type show me. And then we can see now it's got this gray box around it. And so this thing can resize how we need it. And it takes up about 80% of the page width and is automatically centered. And that's super cool. Now what we can do is we can add this thing called the jumbotron. And the jumbotron is another class that we add to a div. So here I'm listing my divs. So class equals jumbotron. And I'm going to get rid of show me. Okay. And so that's the jumbotron. The jumbotron is that gray background thing if it ever shows up. Cool. And it's taking up a little less than 80% of the page because it has a margin around it. So it pushes it away from the edge of the container. So it's important to notice here, this container contains another div called that has a class of jumbotron. It's not called anything, it just has a class of jumbotron, and then that jumbotron inside it has these guys here. Now if I wanted to, I could take this jumbotron div, select everything, hit Control X and then Control V. Now outside of the container, the jumbotron takes the full width of the page, and then my container div, it will still show like it normally would, the container underneath. So we would do something like this jumbotron outside of a container because we wanted to do the full width of the page. We could put navigation in here, we could do all kinds of fun stuff. But that's the difference. So a jumbotron inside of a container class will expand to fill that container. The jumbotron not in the container class or outside of that container div will expand to fit the body of the page, or aka the full page width. Okay, cool. So that is a jumbotron.